Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, we're going to be doing a guide on one of these champions, which is currently on the 10 times. I want to bring Fenax out of my vault. First time I've leveled one myself. I know that he's a good champion, but I want to show you why. So, for someone like a Fenax, what you can do before you decide to build any champion, you could come over to the hellhades.com website. You could go into membership, providing you're any level of member. Free, doesn't matter. You can go to the champion lookup section under membership, hit champion lookup, find Fenax. There he is. And then you can just see how his skills are rated. This is all multipliers that are taken out of the back end of the game. And you can just see if you want him to be a damage dealer, will he be any good? So you can see here his A1 has got godlike rated damage. It's actually in two sections. One if it's a double hit and one if it's a single hit. So they both come out as godlike. His A2 has got a strong level of damage. That's the next tier down, which means that his AoE is going to hit well, but not crazy. And then his A3 has actually got a really high multiplier, 6.7. And that's got a godlike rating as well. So I know before I even start putting any gear on this guy, he's going to hit. He's going to be able to hit pretty hard. If this is like the first time you've been to the site, just check out. There's a whole new raid lore section. If you want to get involved in some of the lore, this is growing every day. We've got a ton of new player guides. We've got a ton of arena guides, clan boss guides, general guide. Like there's so much stuff now on this website, and literally every day we drop maybe one or two articles around what's happening in the game or support in terms of how to progress with the game. So there's loads going on here. You should come and get involved. Literally have it as your screensaver, and then you're never going to miss any tricks in Raid. So who are we doing then? We've got Fenax. Fenax, he's an old champion in the game actually, and you know what I like about this guy? He looks like he could be doing a number of things. He might be on his way to dinner. And what a handsome looking fella this is. Rugged looking features, very nice. He could be out to dinner. He could be on his way to a fight. He could be about to go and play on his skateboard. He's got these brilliant kneecaps and elbow pads. Anything that comes at this guy, he's going to deal with it. And that's what I like about Fenax. So what's he got then? A1, single hitter, places an extra hit if the target's got any debuffs. There's not really a situation where you should be getting him to hit where there's not a debuff out there, because it's a fundamental of any team to be dropping defense or dropping their attack. So, you know, this guy should be doing a double hit all the time. He gets an extra hit if he does that double, if the debuff's there. Enemy killed by this skill cannot be revived. Awesome. So he's a Rotus killer, double hits. He is a Ice Golem, adds killer, keep him dead. Cool thing about block revive is it doesn't need any accuracy. So you could just build him full nuke if you just want him for this. And he might just be that kind of like off meta arena champion that comes into you just to sit down a Rotus and keep him dead. Or one of the revive champions like a Raglin or a Sifi or something like that. What else he got then? He's got a really cool A2. So AoE, 75% chance unbooked, 80% chance if booked, of placing block buffs for 2 turns. Now, a 2-turn block buff in an arena fight, in Doom Tower fights, in faction wars is huge. Basically, the AI of the enemy will still try and buff. So they're still going to waste their turn throwing all those buffs up, and the chances are their buff abilities are on a similar turn cooldown to this ability. So if you time this right, absolutely perfect. It's just going to annihilate the team that's coming at you. If the block buffs doesn't land, you got what? Let's say you haven't booked it. 75% chance, so 25% chance. If it doesn't land, he'll put block cooldown skills out instead, which is a really strong debuff. It's really strong. It's almost as strong as block buffs. You're basically telling the enemy to always do their A1, which is cool. So either way, this is a great ability. And then we've got an A3, which places decreased defense and decreased speed on your enemy. So we've got 3 big moves. 3 big moves. Decreased defense, big version. Decreased speed, big version. 60% chance to land it, so it's not guaranteed. That's probably my only frustration, is I wish you could book this to be 100%. Really, if you're going to use him for decreased defense and decreased speed, let's say using him on Fire Knights, you want it to land. If you're going to get up against the main spider boss, you want this to land. Otherwise, he's just not competent enough to have it. And if he's not competent enough to have it, then you then start asking yourself, well, do I even want to build him with accuracy? Yeah, so this ability here needs accuracy. This ability here needs accuracy. This doesn't. So if I'm only really bringing Fenax into like Ice Golem to kill those ads, I probably don't build any accuracy and I just go full nuke. If I'm building him to control for something like Faction Wars or Doom Tower, then the accuracy's got to go up. And your build becomes very different because you can do a lot less damage if you're having to worry about accuracy in your builds. So I've built him with masteries that are kind of full nuke build. I'm liking this build more and more for my damage dealers. So let me just get myself out of the way a second as I talk through it. So what have I got then? I've got more crit damage. I've got shield breaker just in case I'm up against a shield. If I'm up against a shield, my damage gets multiplied by 1.25. It's actually huge. It's a huge, huge buff to your damage if you're going up against any sort of shield. The dream is that you're fighting people that have just got divine gear because they get a tiny shield. You blow through that shield and then you smack them so hard it's insane. So I kind of like this. It then opens up both sides of the board to me as well, so I can get myself Ruthless Ambush and Single Out on the same build. I can bring it down for more damage against high HP. Opportunist, so if I'm going to pair him up with someone that's going to freeze or stun or sleep or something, then he's going to get more damage out. And Stoke to Fury, if I get debuffs, I'm doing more damage. I particularly like this build if I'm going to be using him against Ice Golem, because the chances are we are going to take a debuff or two along the way. And then we've gone into Helm Smasher because he's an out-and-out damage dealer. I did go Support Tree. You could definitely do Defense Tree as well. I've gone for the extra accuracy from Support Tree to hopefully make me need less accuracy gear. I've also gone for Evil Eye to drop turn meter. Almost everywhere that I'm taking him, dropping turn meter is going to be helpful. So felt like that was a good mastery to have on him. I've then picked up Sniper for the higher chance to land the A3, basically. So an extra 5% chance here. It's not a lot, but it's a bit more. Also gives me another 5% here. So again, it's not completing it, which I would like it to do, but it's as close to that as I can get. So we're going to build him out now. I'm going to build him out as a full nuke, see what sort of damage we can get from him, and then I'm going to take him for a run places. Okay then, so how are we going to build him? I'm going to use the optimizer. I've actually just used the preset of Savage Nuker. So you can use in the presets Savage Nuker, and all I've done is I tweaked the attack up a touch and brought the crit damage down a touch to get myself this build. So we've got a lot of crit damage coming in, a lot of crit rate. It's going to give me 100% crit rate, 251 crit damage. Not much accuracy in this build. Once we get out of the kind of damage test phase, I'll probably switch his banner over for an accuracy banner. But for now, we're just trying to build him out. Full damage build. So let's check equipped. This is all Savage gear. So let's just grab Savage. Savage is where you're going to get the kind of best bang for your buck on someone like this because he just will hit harder. Every time that Savage procs, you've got... Well, it's not every time. It happens every time. So you just ignore defense. And with someone who's going to be hitting as hard as this guy does, ignoring defense is huge. So Galcut, who was my my last kind of fun video that I did, is taking a rest. And we are taking from some of these other guys. So Galcut's boots as well. And then we've got an attack percentage chest, which currently is not on anyone, with crit rate on it, a ton of crit rate. This is just like offsets now. All I'm doing is basically plug in the gaps. So what the optimizer does really well is find these things. The optimizer as well, you might have seen there as it is actually, we're applying gear scoring really soon for the kind of beta users. So this gear scoring, I'm not going to go into it now because it's not finished, but you can see that we're starting to apply gear scores based on certain substats, which I'm really excited about, but it's taking loads of time because you tweak one thing, you think you've got it sorted, and then something else goes out of sync. But that is the way it goes. So what have I got? I've actually ended up on 110 crit rate. Why have I ended up more? Why did I end up more crit rate? Did I take the right pieces? I think that I did. 5% crit rate here, yes. None here. Oh, I took the wrong weapon, that's why. Should have taken... I must have 2 Skull Crushers with Savage Gear on. Let's change that over. Speed and crit damage. Speed and crit damage. Should have been this piece. Okay. So 100%. That's more like it. And then we just want to get the jewelry items on. So we've got Venus's ring, which has got a ton of attack on it. 13%. I'm just to see if I can find another one. I'm just going to take this one. There's no reason to take the Venus one if I've got one that does the same job already. A crit damage amulet. This one's just free. So at the minute, I've got one here with 23 accuracy on it. I might as well take one that's got as much accuracy as possible, because we are going to switch into needing accuracy soon. 23 plus 4. 28 plus 6 sitting on him. So I think I'm just going to take... Actually, that one's fine. I'm just going to glyph the accuracy on it. 23 plus 5, nice. And then for now, we're going to take the attack amulet to do the damage, but we will switch out into a standard one after. So here we go, 100% crit rate, 251 crit damage, 5.3k attack, 184 speed, 28k health. The health is low. The health is dangerously low in terms of keeping him alive. So we're going to have to hide him behind some people that can keep him upright. But that is Fenax ready to smash. So let's just try him out. Let's just get him into somewhere to do a quick damage test. This is a good zone in terms of affinity. So we're going to bring him in here. And we're going to do my usual kind of damage test. Just because sometimes I don't do this and people are like, oh, Hades, where's the damage test gone? So we've got to make sure we do it. So we've got increased attack. We've got decreased defense and weaken. Obviously, Fenax comes in as a spirit affinity. Here he is. And then we're going to want to do our buffs. So we're going to be bringing in Bad L and Gergo. Right back here. It's not ascended. Here we go. So none of these really do us good. I could have just built him with less crit rate and got more damage out. But for the damage test, let's see what he does. Let's hope he does some good numbers. So we're going to go increase attack, decrease defense and weaken, buff our damage, buff it again, and then he's going to come in. So this is his A2, which is going to be his AoE hit. Let's just slow this down. So on my kind of gauge, this is gauged as strong, which means it's going to be decent, but it won't be like... I don't think it's going to one-shot many people here, if anyone. Okay, I was wrong. 200k there coming out on the one-shots. Wow, okay. That's bigger than I thought it was going to be. Obviously, we're not going to have as many, or we're not going to have any debuffs up for now. Any buffs up on us. So we're going to be going in blind. So we can just get some damage out. So let's see what his A3 does then, without any decreased defense or anything out there. What you got, Fenax? What have you got? Oh, 92. I mean, that's pretty strong anyway. That's pretty good going. Let's just lock out some of these champs. Got to wait for other stuff to come round. Got block buffs off there, which is nice. Get a turn meter boost going. Don't really need to shield anyone. So let's just try and slow some people down. A1 then. So block revive chance. Goes off 97k on the block revive. Then we're going to drop some defense and stuff. These liches, I think, cleanse themselves from memory. Do they? Or they did? No, maybe not. Okay, so we're getting cycling back round to our damage again. Let's try and drop a bit of turn meter here. A1. See if we can take out one of these boys. Oh yeah, 150k. Damn, this guy's nice. Okay then, so we literally just changed his banner. Banner's now an accuracy banner with speed on it. We've kept the rest of the stats about the same, so he's still going to be a smacking hitter, but now he can actually land his debuffs as well. Okay, so we're going to run him against Ice Golem then. This is where he's really strong. Ally attack champion's really good for him as well because his A1 is where the block revive is. So if you can get the ally attack to get him involved, you've got another chance there of doing his block revive. You want to get your decreased defense out before he goes. So Duke's my fastest. Decreased defense is out. There goes the AoE nuke. Oh no, here it comes, sorry. That was someone else's. Here it is. 100 odd K across the board without all of the crazy champions buffing him up. Here comes the ally attack. Just going to nuke someone down for a good smack of damage. We do need to be aware of the Shriek ability. Now, his A2 will deal with that. We'll get the block buffs up so that we don't get that reflect damage on us. But obviously, we've just used it to nuke the first wave. So that's something that you have to kind of counter. You need someone else in that's going to provoke or do work. But damn, his hits are hard. Bearing in mind now we've changed his kit up to be a bit more relevant for everything. Those hits are really hard. Slam dunk 120k on I think that was his A1. And we're going to be getting ourselves onto the boss pretty effectively here. 146k A1. Sit down, fella. Away you go. Fuego. Counter attack. There it goes. Block revive. Sit down. That's why we got the ally attacks in there. We've got block cooldown steals on the side ad. Block buffs on the boss. Not that he gets buffs. Go on. Go on. Down he goes again. 120k each hit. Damn, I love this champ. So fun. Why have I not leveled him in all this time? Wow. I'm actually not sure there's anyone better, maybe other than Rotus, who takes forever to get going at getting those ads down. I don't think there's anyone who's done that better. Obviously, with debuffs out, he gets his 2 hits off here. 100k a pop. He's like that. When are you coming at me, Ice Golem? Damn, that's good fun. That's a good fun champ, actually. So, Ice Golem, he's literally like king of the world here. Whoa, what's going on? That was a weird interaction. Anyway, he's back up. He's back up. Ice Golem smacked him before he even got a chance. But yeah, super fun champ. Loads of damage. You just got to bring people in the team that can keep him going. So ally protection, shield champions. Seal's great because she can pick him back up if he does drop. People that do decrease attack so that look at that damage. So you're not having to deal with too much there. So he's done 1.4 mil. Next best is Creeler with 840k. He's a beast. He's a beast. So he's the wrong affinity for Dragon. Decreased speed doesn't land on Dragon anyway. Decreased defense would. So it's probably just not really that great for Dragon. Fire Knights, obviously you do get a double hit A1 and he's good for the waves. So in a proper team, he is the positive affinity here. So let's take out some of these guys that were just there for the damage test. And let's go with a bit more of a normal sort of comp that I would run. So like a high-end comp. So I would be running my Fushan in the lead to give me more speed. Decrease defense and weaken. Got a double hitter here. We're going to want someone to burn through that shield. So my Cold Hearts come into this team a lot. I just wonder if I want maybe that ally attack again just to get me through that shield. Maybe just go Creeler again. Let's try this. Decreased defense and weaken gets out there. We know that we're going to get damage out. There it goes. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming. Second wave's a bit more of a problem. Fushan does give me a bit of a drop defense on a few of these guys. Get our ally attacks out, so he's going to sit down, surely. Oh, maybe not. 40k. I don't know why I chose the only person that's actually got some crowd control on. Bit weird. Now, the problem is, if Errol decides to try and take him down, I think Errol just nukes him. 100k there. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful to see. And we should get to the boss relatively quick here. Look at that. Through Lich. Lich has got defense for days. So at this point, we basically want debuffs out. So once debuffs are out there, his A2 becomes, his A1 becomes a double hit. And then he's more effective. But even so, he's going to be pumping in those 100k hits. Obviously gets his decreased defense and decreased speed out there. So that is some good utility for Fire Knight. It's the right affinity as well. yeah, to be honest, I don't see why you wouldn't bring him here. I don't see why you wouldn't bring him into this team. The only thing you've got to watch out for is he's a bit squishy, but then most of your attack-based damage dealers are. For that type of build, if you haven't got crazy gear like I've got, just switch out the attack percentage chest, put him in an HP percentage chest so that he's got more survivability, and you'll be fine. But that's actually a pretty quick team. 1.1 mil. He's done more damage than my Cold Heart, than my Fushan. Wow, this guy's actually awesome. So, is he going to be coming into Spider? Again, like, he's neutral affinity here. It kind of depends what type of team you're going to try and run. So, could he come into Spider and decrease speed, decrease defense, the main boss? Yes, he could do that. He's not bringing you a lot else. Then after that, he's bringing an AoE hit, which will just do some damage to the Spiderlings. But I feel like he probably doesn't bring enough to make him super relevant here. So if he's here as my decreased defense champion, let's say this is my lineup. I've got someone here provoking him up so that he's not going to take all the damage. I've got big shields coming from Miscreated. The only decreased defense we've got is going to be coming from Fenax. He doesn't do it first. Probably could do with him doing it first, actually, but he doesn't. At this point, you've then got your Nullhorn kind of having to ride the pain. Decreased defense and decreased speed goes out on the main Spider. So we've got the Cold Heart now doing good damage. Because he's got Unkillable up, Fenax is now taking the pain. Luckily, we've got big shields for days. And then he's just going to be dropping a bit of turn meter because of his mastery. There's nothing else. And at this point, he's probably dead unless he gets that shield up. Saying that, Nullhorn does rotate those abilities pretty damn fast. So, is he good here? Not really. He's okay. He's okay. He's nothing more than an average player that can do a bit of utility for you in terms of dropping defense and speed. But I wouldn't recommend bringing him in Spider generally. Like, there's not enough that he's doing here compared to what other champions can do. Faction Wars, though, we've spoken about this in the kind of preamble. Faction Wars, he's bringing quite a lot here. So what we're going to run for, we're going to go Fenax with Lair, so I can show you their partnership. Termite control, a bit of shielding here, and if it all goes wrong, Cardinal picks us up. That's the aim. So this is where they kind of partner up. We get an AoE hit, plus a bomb goes out. If it lands, my accuracy is a bit low in this build. None of my champions are actually built that well, apart from Fenax. So we're going to get an increased defense up, probably on my Armada actually, because his damage is based on that. I think we're just going to put more shields on us for now. Let's get the block buffs and damage out. Nice. Let's get the weaken out. Oh, nice. Landed on everyone. That's good. And we're just going to keep turn meter down on anybody that I'm a bit worried about, really. At this point, Cardinals kind of does nothing. She's really only in there to be able to revive our dead champions. You can see here the double hit slams him down. Let's make sure she stays alive. We get our block buff skill out here, which basically stops all of these abilities from landing that are about to try and land. So we get weaken out. And none of these buffs. Man-Eater, are you going to try and buff? Good luck, my friend. Nothing's going to happen. I think we're just going to try and kill this Basilisk off as quick as we can. I've got block buffs on me as well, so it's a bit of a problem. But I can use his A3, and he's going to remove that block buff skill, which is cool. See that? Draconis does that. Good luck, Man-Eater. Good try, my friend. Okay, so we're on to the boss. This boss has got Fears. He's got Revive Dead Allies. Yeah, so he revives these dead allies. And he's got attack one enemy with 2 random allies and places block damage on himself. So Fenax can block this buff, the block damage buff. His block buffs blocks that. So what I tend to do here, I tend to ignore the allies and just try and kill this boss as quickly as I can, dropping his turn meter. So my kind of strategy here is don't go for the allies, go for the boss. There we go. Come back, my friends. We haven't finished yet. Everyone gets a turn when they're back. Shields up everywhere. And we're kind of back in the fight. It's a slow, drawn-out fight. You know, it's certainly not an easy one. But then I've not got anyone here geared specifically for this fight at all. So, you know, considering we've got people just literally in random old gear, which is not specifically for faction wars, we're not doing too bad. Let's get some heals off. I think we're back to keeping just Cardinal alive. Oh, wow. More bombs. Don't get bombs because Thingbob's on the floor. Keeping that turn meter down. Come on, guys. Keep that turn meter down again. Oh, I think we do it now. Straight away, getting back up. Fresh weakens out there. Fresh shields everywhere. And that's the way this fight goes. Look at those hits. 75k each hit. Nice. Side adds are just a pain. They're just damage, basically. We're going to keep Armiger up for now. Getting big hits. Come on, Fenax. Fenax is our hope right now with those A1s. Oh, Cardinal, don't die. This is now dangerous. Oh. This is so close. Don't die! Ah. Oh. We get the point. So here we go then. We're going to try him as our nuker for the arena. Which I think he's pretty capable of doing, although I don't think is his best place. So his AoE does not hit as hard as, you know, some of those other champions that can do a full-out one-shot. It will hit hard, but it's not going to be necessarily a one-shot everywhere. Oh, it's not far off it, though. 100k, actually. It's not far off it. But what he can do is absolutely kind of come in and target somebody. So basically what we're looking to do is block revives. I think he actually probably wants to go second because he should just one-shot this Rotus. So second in the grid means he's going to be hitting before everyone else. We speed it up. We get the ally attack out on the Rotus. Block revive. And now basically their damage dealer's out of the game. I've got a secret other Squid Boy here who's still in the game. And we're going to just try and nail these guys. Oh, we didn't get a kill. But we've done a good amount of damage. And already kind of job done, really. So, you know, he's done his work. We've now just got a couple of people which, although they're still dangerous, I think it's almost impossible I can lose this game. Yeah, he's going to sit down, fine. But so are you. Pop. And job done. So can he do a job for you in the arena? Yeah, he can. But it's mainly to take out someone that would want to revive. And that's where I think he's best. Same sort of thing in Doom Tower. I don't have any keys left for Doom Tower today, but if I was running in Doom Tower, block buffs out there to stop the buffs being placed and block revive on some of those annoying champions like the Tormans that keep coming back up. So there you go, guys. That is Fenax. He is a damage dealing beast. I really like him. Good champion. Good solid hitter. And he brings a ton of utility. Hope you enjoyed the guide, guys. I'll see you soon.